We're back.
Hello and welcome to Safehouse Chats again.
And I was just telling Snap, actually, we've done some crazy episodes at this point.
Sad but true, yes.
Yeah, Black Spot Pete episode, perhaps.
We don't need to list any beyond that. That was a fatal blow in of itself.
Oh, I'll give you a fatal blow.
Oh.
Despite that, I feel like this is gonna be an unhinged episode because we're not in control.
We have ceded the driver's seat to an extent to you, the listeners. We knew we weren't going to top the Black Spot Pete episode. So we were talking about like what we could do as a kind of off-ramp. And we thought maybe we could just do some random questions. I could come up with some random questions. Aris could come up with some random questions. And then we could open it to the floor as well. The danger of doing that is that you get like 2 questions. We have gotten a lot. It sounds like between the two of us, we have like 40 questions. So off the cuff immediately, thank you so much. And sorry if we do not get to you because I am floored by how many responses we got to a very simple call. Thank you.
Definitely gagged, definitely gooped, definitely gobsmacked.
In that order.
Definitely flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bamboozled?
Bamboozled even. Some would say the turnout has been insane. Like, I was very scared that we would just receive 2, but since we've posted, even as of 5 days ago or 4 days ago, I've been receiving some. So thank you to everyone who submitted. And if we don't get to your question, then save it for Q&A number 2.
Yeah, we could easily do this again at some other point.
Absolutely. Just like we're gonna do Black Spot Pete episode number 2.
We're going to narrow our focus and also, like, we're going to end up doing fewer episodes. So, like, every year, we only have space for 2 episodes, and one of them will be the Black Spot Pete, the annual Black Spot Pete episode.
The annual Black Spot Pete episode.
60 years from now, we'll be remembered as the founders of Black Spot Pete Con.
And it's going to be a huge front for a pyramid scheme.
If you made... Because often, you know, you have a con and, like, if you put Mario as your mascot, you're going to get in trouble. How far do you think we could get? Because Sucker Punch is busy. Sucker Punch is working on releasing Ghosts of Yotai right now. And I don't think they are thinking about Black Spot Pete specifically. So if we did start Black Spot Pete Con... how far could we get with it before Nate Fox was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing over there?
Let's rent a hall.
Okay.
And everyone comes dressed as Black Spot Pete.
Get out your dark turquoise face paint.
Get your freak on.
Yeah.
Get your peg on.
This is becoming the second... Dude, this is already becoming the second Black Spot Pete episode. No more Black Spot Pete. Unless, God forbid, he comes up in one of the questions. No more Black Spot Pete. Are you ready to actually do the episode?
Black Spot Pete!
Yeah, just get it out of your system, bud. Just moving on.
I know we live in different realms, but I was gonna mention TanaCon, if you know what that is.
I think I can put it together from context. Is that a person?
It is a person. It's a YouTuber.
Okay.
I leave it up to you to research if you want to.
Okay.
I won't get into the details. So we can get started with our Q&A episode. It is worth noting for the first time ever in Safehouse chat history, I genuinely have like 0 notes.
Me neither, yeah. Like, I didn't bother writing down answers to questions that I had pre-existing access to. Oh, I should explain as well, in case it's not clear. I have a list, Aris has a list.
Yeah.
And we don't really know what's on each other's list. So we're going to kind of be surprising each other to an extent.
Yeah. We just gathered what we have from our inbox and we haven't revealed anything.
Yeah.
So...
the very first question on my list reads, it's from Anonymous, which Most of them are.
Really?
Anonymous asks, for Safehouse chats, Snap, how are you today? I'm doing just fine. Thank you.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah, maybe this will be a short episode after all.
Okay, and thank you so much for tuning in to Safehouse Chats.
Play the outro.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah, I will note that it is specifically addressed to me.
It
So-
says Snap.
Yeah,
So
this asker does not care to know how you are doing.
here's a valuable lesson, by the way. Never stick your nose in other people's businesses. Doesn't say Aris.
Yeah, no,
So
we're done. We've completely answered the question, and to dwell on it any longer would be a waste of time. Let's go.
yeah, getting excluded on my own podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, the one I want to choose first is not to shade anyone who sent in anonymous asks.
Oh, yeah.
That's lovely that you did, and no pressure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I do want to prioritize the ones that are not anonymous, just because, I know who to address.
Yeah, no, I have the same general approach. It's just that first question was so good, I wanted to prioritize it.
How good was it, though,
It
honestly?
was pretty good, I thought. Yeah.
Okay. From Tumblr, Sadie McCoy sent 3 asks, actually.
Thank you, Sadie.
Podcast asks. Number 1. Least favorite ancestor portrayal in Thieves in Time.
Ooh, that's kind of a tight...
I do want to mention that, yeah, it is. This is a difficult question right off the bat. I do want to say that I did kind of stoke the flames
Oh, yeah?
by saying that I'd be really disappointed if no one submitted Thieves in Time
Okay.
questions.
Well, I didn't say anything about Thieves in Time one way or the other, and I ended up getting quite a few Thieves in Time related asks anyway. So I think if you're on Sly Cooper Tumblr, it's just like, and I say this speaking from personal experience, you're just haunted by that game.
No,
You think about that game whether you want to or not.
100%, but I don't think it's that.
Okay.
Valuable lesson of the day number 2. When you least think about it, or when you stop being desperate about something, that's when it's naturally gonna come towards you.
Yeah.
Snap doesn't want Thieves in Time. That's why it chases after him. I'm begging for it, and yet I'm getting nothing.
Yeah, I would like to swap, please.
So, who is our least favorite ancestor?
Okay.
Whose portrayal is our least favorite in Tit?
Yeah, that is the
In
acronym.
Big Fat Tit.
So the term portrayal is kind of bringing me in a certain way in terms of I'm kind of excluding Bob
Yeah.
because it's fun and necessary to exclude Bob in most contexts.
Okay.
But more specifically, we didn't have any prior image of who he would be.
Exactly.
Whereas the other 4 are people that we have seen glimpses of, that Sly discussed in the Gauntlet, and then we were shown the quote, I'm using huge quote marks, you can't see them, canon versions of these characters that we meet. Easy to get rid of Bob, easy to get rid of Tennessee, because everyone likes Tennessee. Tennessee is funny, he's quick. I'm not saying it's Ibsen, but it's the least objectionable part of the game.
I don't know, bestie.
That leaves you with 3.
I don't know.
I think I can guess your answer.
We know I love to nitpick.
Sure.
Removing Tennessee's mustache is enough to send me off the deep end, okay?
I forgot. They did visually redesign him for no real reason. So even Tennessee is not safe.
Why take away someone's mustache and give someone who had no facial hair prior to this game to that person?
Yeah.
Sir Galliv, why?
Why is one of them purple?
Why is Ryoichi A, brown, and B, the inventor of sushi?
I think, as much as we can get into the others, I think I have to go with Ryuichi as my answer
Really?
for for the like writing of it, more so than the visuals, the fact that they took the ninja, and he's so striking. You see him, he's one of the first people you see in Sly 1. He's always faced away from the proverbial camera.
Snap by.
He's like as cold
No.
and as silent as you would expect him to be.
Snap, no.
And then
No.
when he shows up in Thieves in Time, it's like a kid's idea of what an Asian guy sounds like. He has these kind of mangled proverbs that he busts out. He's the inventor of sushi,
Stop.
which I will never let the game let go of.
Stop.
He's brown. To answer your question.
No, I'm taking away your kid hater card. I'm sorry.
No.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
You're not letting me...
Snap, stop. Come on. Like, gag me for sure. You can't tell me that you've been a huge
Thieves in Time hater.
advocate. Not just that. Like, the narrative that has over time gone away, but the initial argument was that it starts off not dog shit and then it turns to dog shit.
Yeah, it's like the first episode's okay, the second episode is actually kind of fun, and then it's like a horrifying roller coaster straight down.
So part of that is...
So you think Ryoichi's cool? You love Ryoichi?
I don't know. No. I never said that. But I was building up to what I hated from each portrayal just to conclude to what the fuck happened with Salim.
That was my guess. I said a few minutes ago that I knew who your answer would be, and I knew it was going to be Salim.
How can it not be your answer?
Because I don't super care about Salim one way or the other.
That is trash. That is a trash take. I'm sorry.
I distinctly remember you. Like, all you need to do is show the huge, buff, smiling, exuberant picture of Salim Al-Kupar in the vault, and then compare it to this weird purple rat that we get.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I love. Please bleep that out. It has absolutely nothing to do with
It's
that.
very deep literary analysis, I'm sure.
Would I have loved a buff Arab daddy Cooper playing as him?
Who wouldn't?
100%.
100%.
Who wouldn't? Exactly. Now, do I think that the portrayal is absolutely horrible? And even if you don't care about the character, the problems that you've outlined with Ryoichi,
Also hold true. Yeah.
the same way that a child's perspective on what a Japanese man, or forget Japanese, as you said, Asian,
Asian in general, yeah.
anything, Eastern, looks or sounds like,
Yeah.
100%. Through the lens of Orientalism, that's exactly the same shit that we got in the last episode.
No argument. It is absolutely... I find it very telling that two of the ones that they did reach for were Cowboy and Knight, because that's like America and Britain. Oh, we know those two countries. And then the rest we can kind of guess. Like, we can fill in the gaps.
I'm just like...
I think we could agree that they're both bad.
I'm sorry, your answer took me so by surprise.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on. Hold on. What is he saying?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, 100%. 100% trash. Like 100%. The inventor of sushi, like that will never go by unchecked, unclocked.
Yeah.
That will always remind me of, that is my Mexican cousin.
The
He
inventor
invented the taco.
Yeah.
And then you said, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's they would have pulled that for Salim as well, except they couldn't think of an Arabian food item.
100%. Now, does Ryoichi's anything about his character or gameplay make the game more tolerable in the first half?
I'm not sure. I remember going along with it in my kind of Phantom Menace is good. The game that I'm playing right now has to be good because I waited years for it, kind of thinking. In retrospect, I do find it deeply cringeworthy.
I'm not saying anything to the contrary.
Yeah, but I think it's ultimately just going to come down to personal preference about which one of these we find more cringe to look at.
Yeah.
They're both cringe. I find Ryoichi a bit more cringeworthy than Salim, only because having him be tired and old is like semi-neutral territory. I always wondered, like, is that a stereotype about Arabic people? But they're more so playing the old man card for him, whereas Ryoichi has nothing going on except he's a ninja, he's a sushi chef, he's wise, he's stealthy, he's inscrutable, hitting every fucking branch as you fall down the tree. And to answer your question, he's brown because in Japan they have tanukis that are like raccoons, but different.
I'm kind of surprised at myself at how visceral a reaction I had to your answer.
Yeah, we're on a question 2.
Sorry, I was seeing red for a moment. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What did he just say?
And to be clear, Galeth also sucks. Galeth is annoying.
All of them suck.
But I don't think either of us are too attached to Galeth. Like, no one comes out looking good here.
I don't know. I don't mind him. He's just like there.
Yeah.
You know?
Agreed.
Yeah. Anyway, to get back to Sadie, second question.
Oh, it's a multi-parter. It's all in one. I see.
Yeah, it's 3 questions in one ask.
We're 1/3 of the way through question 2. Even better.
Listen, if you made it through 30 Black Spot Pete questions, I think you can do anything.
That's true. I am stronger now.
Ancestor you wish was featured in Thieves in Time.
Again, the kind of consensus that we have here is Thieves in Time came out and everyone was like, oh, what a shame Henriette wasn't in it. I guess that makes sense because they already had a pirate level.
No.
But it would have been nice to see Henriette.
No.
And then the years pass and the tide turns. Now the consensus is it's good that we didn't have Henriette because Henriette would have been Sanzaru's Henriette.
Oh.
And I don't even want to, as a joke, explain what that would have looked like. We know it would be bad.
She'd be Sanzarud.
Yeah, she would have been Sanzarud. She's in a bit of like a privileged position in that we'd never see her or find out anything about her beyond she was a pirate. And I think it's mentioned in the manual at one point that she lost her eye because of clockwork or something along those lines.
Oh.
So like that's just enough for her to sound cool and for you to make up your own Henrietta adventure without tying it into anything stupid. So she's kind of safe in obscurity, if that makes sense.
That has opened up a whole other can of worms. Like, if she did in fact lose her eye because of clockwork, and she's pictured with one eye, then that would mean that she's had 2 encounters with clockwork, meaning that she survived one.
She survived him at least once, which we don't know if any other Cooper has done that. Again, there's a lot of like obscurity, there's a lot of unfilled in details here. Part of why Thieves in Time is, shall we say, contentious is that it takes the kind of limitless potential of Sly has an ancestor who is a ninja, think on that as you will, and kind of straightens it out into one answer, which is Sly's ninja ancestor was Steve Bloom's worst ever voice role, and he invented sushi. Sushi.
What did you just call me?
Sussy.
So,
to clarify, the question is not what ancestor do we wish we had seen in a game. The question is what answer do we want to have been in Thieves in Time?
No, the question is which ancestor do you care about the less, or which ancestor could they get the least wrong? Now, based on your previous answer,
okay,
how they didn't butcher the white culture ancestors,
right,
and based on how there's also the factor of how wrong could you get it, I'd say Thaddeus.
I agree because I don't like British people. So if something bad happened...
Me neither.
If something bad happened to Thaddeus, whatever, man. Who cares? I was worried you were going to say Sly or Sloch or Slag or however you...
The strongest of the Cooper clan, Slay McCooper, could break any lock with a single blow.
I think it's Sloch.
Slay
Sloch McCooper up in Scotland. You were like, oh, he's white. How much could they butcher him? A lot. They could easily butcher a Scottishman.
Yeah.
As an Irishman, I have to, show some solidarity. But yeah, Thaddeus, absolutely. If nothing else, that would have been set in old-timey London. And again, how hard is that to fuck up? Making a Sly Cooper level that is set in a kind of Jack the Ripper, misty, dark city. Sure, that would have been fine. Visually.
Absolutely. I don't think it's a safe bet ever with these people, but...
Yeah. I did want to clarify. You said that they didn't butcher Tennessee and Gallup. They still did a bad job.
Yeah.
It's just less problematic.
Exactly. Keep his facial hair, and there you go.
Fuck it. Make him lime green. Give him 3 arms. Why not? Master of disguise. Make it so that he's always hovering 3 feet off the ground. Why not? We can redesign it a bit. Whatever's easier on the cheap animation studio that we outsource all this to.
Master of Disguise heist where he has to dress up the gang, but Carmelita, the only costume left in the trunk is a belly dancer outfit.
The only costume left in the trunk is nothing. No longer E for everyone.
Strip for my ancestor, bitch.
Anyway.
Strip for my ancestor, wench. Now.
Wench.
Wench.
Are you ready for a good question?
I'm ready for Sadie's third and last question.
Okay.
Which is, smallest favorite detail you have noticed in any Sly level. Now, my head goes straight to a small detail that has left such a big mark. Even though it might not be my favorite, it's the one that lives rent-free in my head. And that's the Bloodbath Bay wedding invitation poster.
That was where my mind went too.
See?
That is so sweet.
That is very sweet. Imagine having your wedding. Oh, I hope those people aren't divorced. I hope. Imagine having your wedding immortalized in a video game.
Yeah, I think that's very cute.
That's pretty sweet. It is very cute.
That was immediately my answer. I will add just something from my most recent playthrough of Sly 1. In one of the mugshot levels, it's one of the rooftop ones. Somewhat questionably, there are cars hanging off the side of the roof, and you have to jump onto them to get clue bottles. But then the moment you jump onto them, they become unstable and they fall. If you wait for a second, you will hear a crash and also the stock cartoon meow, upset cat effect, which I had never noticed that before. It's very cartoony.
What?
Yeah, no, I'm hyper focused. I see the clue bottle, I get it, I move on to the next one.
No.
But I moved more slowly through. Again, this was my first time playing Sly 1 on the PS5.
Oh.
So I was drinking in the non-PlayStation 3 port atmosphere. The attention to detail there, Sucker Punch is good on that kind of stuff. I can't wait to push cars off of rooftops in Ghost of Yatai. That's what the game's about, right?
What's your next question, bestie?
My next question is also from a genuine Tumblr user, specifically your friend and mine, Secret Mellow Blog.
Oh.
Who is a longtime Tumblr mutual and has good Sly Cooper opinions.
Mm-hmm.
They ask, is there a deadline for the podcast questions? Yeah, that's not their question.
No!
That was just preamble. Even if I missed it, here's a question for both of you. If you were to adapt Sly Cooper into a TV show, how would you do it? What changes would you make to the original story? Sly 2 feels like it would be pretty straightforward to adapt, but it does kind of require the context of Sly 1, which might take more reworking. I think obviously, because of how the games are deliberate, like, homages to Saturday morning cartoons, they're designed with that aesthetic in mind. It wouldn't take too much, like, visual work to get the ball rolling there. I really feel like this is more a question of how things would be written. If you were doing the events of the trilogy, I would take the opportunity to, have more side adventures. There's little moments in the games where Murray mentions like a job in Istanbul or whatever, where we could see more of those things that like maybe don't directly connect to the season plot, but are fun. But moreover, you could be foreshadowing things well in advance. Penelope could be someone that Bentley talks to online for like a full year before we see her in person. Neela could be name dropped once or twice. Setting in motion things rather than like coming out of nowhere with them would be cool.
Connectivity.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, 100%. I'm just thinking like Mello didn't specify what kind of TV show.
That's true.
So
are you going to make the Real Housewives of Cartoon Paris?
who's gonna stop me?
No one. By all means, put together that pitch document.
I want, as much as I'd love to be like, let's have more adventures and let's adapt the comics too.
Yeah, why not? Put McSweeney in there somewhere.
Sure. I'm happy you remember him today. So, as much as I'm inclined to add all of that, and actually it's very timely too, because at the time of recording this, my recent return to Tumblr, which I haven't posted on in ages, was kind of like coming to the realization that cartoons might be a bit of a big inspo behind the games. It felt a bit like a brain dead moment, but
oh yeah, that's fine.
I was like, oh, is that why they're animals? It's just like something that you always take as a fact of life, and then when you're forced to question it, you're like, oh. And that's, I think, what happened. It's like I always just accepted it as, that's just Sly. He's so quirky. By the way, they're also like talking animals. But like when you actually like connect the dots, yeah, it makes sense that it's based on a cartoon. So it only makes sense that it'd be a cartoon. But this is the Crackhead podcast.
Okay.
It is. And I want if we had more girl characters, 100% the Real Housewives, I'd love that. But I'm thinking like a Big Brother situation where they lock up all the Fiendish Five and Claw Gang members together.
In a literal prison.
Or a house. Just a suggestion.
A reinforced house. They're like, you guys
sure
all broke way too many laws. Normal prison isn't good enough for you. So we're going to put you in a special hell prison where there will be a bunch of cameras and we'll make you get into arguments with each other.
Well, that's called Bad Girls Club, which I have referenced before on the podcast.
Yes,
which is
that's
like
right.
Juvenile delinquent, like criminal past element. I'm thinking more like pit them against each other, who can endure the most, and it's gonna be like a social experiment, like who's gonna get voted out. Like there's some which are so easy to predict, but who would reign supreme? I'd watch that shit.
I think Miss Ruby would probably win.
Because of hypnosis.
But that doesn't mean that the journey to get there wouldn't be interesting to watch, of course.
There's some seasons where the villain wins, but in this case, they're all villains.
They're all villains.
But I feel like there'd be some like lying and scheming.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like Neela could come out on top.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And instead of getting voted out, the winner gets to leave and walk free. And the rest of them are jailed forever. This is a really good prison system. No notes.
Also, what romances would bloom?
Oh.
Rajan Serali?
I was trying to... My brain instantly was like, Raleigh is the funniest to end up in a romance. Who would be funny for him to pair off with? And you beat me. Rajan is so big and he's so little. That's some real cartoon shit right there.
Hasn't stopped anyone before.
Yeah. He's sticky, so he could, like, climb him. Let's move on. Let's move on before I say any other things.
I'm not saying anything in response to that. Now, My next question that I've received is actually the only one that we have from YouTube.
Oh, yeah, we did put out the call on both this on YouTube and Tumblr.
By the way, we post on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, we made at least one community post.
And it is from Cyboria1, who is a longtime viewer and supporter of the channel.
Yeah, viewer and commenter. The rest of you can leave comments as much as you like, follow Cyboria's example.
And make sure they're hate comments.
No, that's...
Listen, you get to dictate who answers how your day was. I get to dictate the hate comments.
Okay, if you want. If that's a thing you'd like, sure.
What did Cyboria1 say?
You have to tell me. It's on your list.
Yeah, I'm reading. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on.
Oh.
Cyboria1 said, "Oh, hell yes," in response to us doing Q&A. And then he said, "Okay, so if any of the Sly 3 villains would have to put up a show in prison to prove that they and the cast is ready for parole, who's the director and which member of the Claw Gang is their first pick for a role?" Then, in response to that, Cyboria1 added, "Octavio would of course put on an opera, but could mix in Bollywood thanks to Rajan and probably really get along with the ghost of Arpeggio."
Oh, if we're including dead people, great. Because I think, demonstrably, Neela is the best actor among the villains, but she is dead forever. So she doesn't need to worry about prison or getting out of it.
Don't get too excited at the mention of dead people. I know you're a big fan of the corpse of, what's his name? Lousteau.
Fucking Christ. No.
Remy.
From Ratatouille. Remy from Ratatouille, Lousteau.
Which one would put on a show?
I guess Dimitri is the most arty guy we have.
Why do we have the same answers today?
What's right is right. I was thinking about putting Ms. Ruby on that stage, and I think while she has a lot of presence, that's different from being an actor. I don't think she would get good reviews if she was an actor. Everything she says is either at a 10 or at an 11. Not much in the way of subtlety.
Cyboria1 doesn't specify, it just says show. Put up a show.
Yeah. Well, like any kind of public speaking sort of performance, I guess you could do magic tricks.
I'm kind of obsessed with several things, actually. I'm kind of obsessed with the idea of Dimitri becoming like a DJ in prison. Consider he's never been incarcerated with the rest.
That's true.
At least following the events of Sly 3.
He somehow wound up in Venice.
He did. I feel like he'd make for a great DJ in prison. I'm also obsessed with how in Orange is the New Black, they had them do The Birth of Christ for Christmas. So I'm kind of thinking like that would be like Contessa, Mary Magdalene.
Ooh, that's scary. There you're adding the scariness of organized religion on top of all of the scary shit the Contessa already has going on.
I feel like it'd be something where like the prison warden was like, you know what? We need to do the birth of baby Jesus just in time for Christmas. Who's gonna audition? These are like mega villains. Of course they run the prison. Of course they're the main characters in there.
Right.
So they undoubtedly thought if we act in this birth of baby Jesus stage performance, it could give us the opportunity to, I don't know, bring in contraband or something else.
Right.
Or like plan an escape.
I did want to kind of unpack the "this is the future liberals want" sort of setup of, oh, the new bill passed and now murderers can get out of prison if they do a show to impress the warden. Like,
This is the future liberals want is crazy.
if you vote for the Democrats too many times, this is the kind of criminal policy that gets enacted.
And you know what? I love it. If you're capable of putting on a good show, Why not get out of prison? You have something to contribute.
Yeah. And if you end up murdering more people, well, you could just put on another show. And it's a cycle.
Yeah.
It feeds into your art.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah, I think Dimitri's the way to go here.
Okay.
I sort of struggle to picture any of the rest of them in that context.
Deep sigh because mentoring the corpse of Remy Lusto, I just realized this might be the first episode in a long time where we're not having a fuck, marry, kill.
We'll see. No, I'm giving you false hope.
Is there still time to submit an ask?
Horrible. I'm going to close my Tumblr just in case.
Mello did ask when the deadline is.
I think it's past now. I think now that we are recording the episode, I think it is past. Speaking of named Tumblr users, before we go back to Anonymous Town, I was gonna say like Anonymous Swamp, but that's way too mean to our lovely little
Anonymous Village.
Anonymous Village.
Yeah.
Professor Layton and the Anonymous Village. Here is a non-anonymous question. God, that was such a belabored segue. From a new friend of the podcast, Freelance Magic,
Obsessed.
who has very whimsically been providing fan art of this very podcast that breaks down quite interestingly in terms of which one of us it's sort of addressed at. Because they've been drawing a lot of lovely stuff of Murray and Susie hanging out based off of my pitch that he would be a good mentor for her. That even got fan art of the fan art from another user, which was excellent. And meanwhile, the kind of Aris-themed art is the one that I worry that when I die, I'll close my eyes and I'll see it. Depicts the Battery of Peril and the Palace doorman, who by necessity is still behind a door, even though they're like in the club on the dance floor, approaching you, the viewer, i.e. Aris, as a third in their situation.
Listen, palace door, toilet stall door, I don't discriminate.
Anyway, as cursed as that one in particular was, we are very grateful for the fan art. It's super cool. We've officially arrived, and as such, I knew we had to answer a question from them, even though, as I'll explain after I read it out, I don't have a good answer for it yet. Not to put you on the spot, but I hope that you might have some kind of brainwave that has eluded me.
I'm scared.
Because they ask, do you remember that one question about which characters you think each of the Cooper gang would be good at mentoring? Let's flip that question. What character do you think would make a good adoptive parent / guardian / mentor for Kid Sly, Kid Bentley, or Kid Murray? Bonus if there's someone who would be good with all three. I have had days to think about this, and unfortunately I am still kind of at a loss. And I think it's just because yeah, we do see like flashbacks of their childhood. We do start the first game at a point where they're new to everything. But I personally really more gravitate toward like the end of the trilogy and the stuff that happens afterward where they've already gone through their own character arcs. It's hard for me to like step back and remember what they were like at Susie's nebulous age. Do you have a comment to make, Aris?
I'm sorry, I lost it twice there. First time.
3 times.
First time was because I don't know why, but I have this false memory in my head where I don't know if this actually happened, probably not, but what's the orphanage's headmistress called in the comics?
Mrs. Puffin, I believe.
Yeah. Why do I have this false memory in my head where
Yes?
the gang as children in their attempt to get the cookie jar accidentally murder her?
They did not! They did not accidentally murder Miss Puffin. Fucking hell.
Well, you know what? They might as well have, because she was slated to go one way or another. Greedy bitch. You'd get diabetes from stealing cookies from children. Now, the second time I lost it was because upon pondering my answer, I was thinking, what if, because I'm a certified, say with me.
Bentley hater.
Yeah.
There was fan art of that.
There is fan art on that now.
Yeah, that's the most recent one. Thank you again.
What if I hate Bentley so much and I'm so dedicated to the certified Bentley hater cause that I just choose the worst parents possible?
Oh, God. Some fucking Roald Dahl situation of, like, cartoonishly abusive environment.
No, skip the cartoonish.
I'm more and more regretting that I don't have a good answer. I don't have an alternative to protect Bentley with.
You have put me on the spot, and it is unfair because Snap has had days to think about this, whereas I haven't.
Days I squandered, to be clear, but I did have them.
Can I answer properly? I'll try my best. For Mari, or for even all three, but specifically Mari. You know what? We chose Susie as Mari's
Mentee.
disciple. Sure.
Yeah.
Let's flip the switch and say for Mari, Toriel.
Ooh.
Cook pancakes all day.
He's gonna learn how to make a good pie.
Yeah, I mean, the dynamic with Toriel and Susie is so powerful and works and gels because one is not used to being loved and the other one is used to showering people with love. That's why it works. Whereas with Mari, he's more akin to Toriel.
But at the same time, I think he could learn maybe restraint from her, like a bit of politeness, which in fairness, we're also seeing in the dynamic between Toriel and Susie.
Yeah.
Susie tries to straighten herself up a bit around Toriel.
Yeah, we do see that. That's so funny. I've just realized we kind of do have that with the guru. He does get a mentor.
Yeah.
Fuck that, I guess.
This is a controversial take. Like, by all means, I know I'm kind of going out on a limb here. I think Toriel might be a better character than Sly 3's The Guru. I think she might have a little bit more going on under the hood.
I don't know. That is a very hot take. I'm genuinely stumped for the other two, if I'm not going the abusive route.
Well, turns out all I needed was to have you talk about it, because I do have answers for the other two, but not Murray.
There we go.
So we're crawling our way in. Somewhat arbitrary, it's just because they both deal with, like, mechanical engineering. I really like the engineer from Team Fortress 2. Team Fortress 2 has a very solid cast, and I like the engineer a lot. He is a polite Texan man who will explode you with a horrifying contraption. So, I can see him teaching Bentley a thing or two.
I'm that sprite of Larry Butts with his thumbs up and he's nervously sweating.
Sure. And then for Sly, this is like pure wish fulfillment, because this is what I wish would happen to me. But Selena Kyle Catwoman.
Ooh.
I wish I could go to Selena Kyle Catwoman's penthouse apartment and she would teach me how to do flips and pickpocketing. And also there'd be a bunch of little cats there to pet. Especially because fucking Batman, of all superheroes, Batman often drifts from the nebulously, like, 30-year-old common superhero ideal to, like, mid-50s. Because he has multiple kid sidekicks who grow up in real time. Any given Batman can be actually kind of old. And by the same token, I can picture Selena Kyle getting older, like getting into more middle age, rather than just being, 21 forever. So, yeah, I can and will put down Catwoman as a mentor for Sly. We did it.
And Mari?
No, you answered for Murray. We're struggling so much with this question that I think we should just tie our ankles together like it's a three-legged race.
Okay, I was also thinking as you answered Kay's dad for Sly.
Oh, yeah.
It is a bit of a cop-out answer because, like, another thief's parent. Why not group them all together? But I was thinking, like, they both have books passed down to them by their parents. Mm-hmm. Bern Faraday taught Kay kind of like be a thief, but also be a decent human being.
Exactly. Like I brought up in that last episode, there's a lot of overlap between the Faradays and the Cooper household.
So it'd be kind of nice to have them like have that sibling bond.
Yeah.
And if we're not sending Bentley to
Hell.
yeah,
Hell on earth.
the headmaster from Matilda.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a lot of Roald Dahl. I think there's one book called The Twits.
There is.
That are just about an abusive couple and the, like, adoptive child that suffers under them. It's a recurring theme in his work.
If we don't send Bentley to, what is it called? M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit. The grandparents from... Anyway, I could also see him... It's not quite high-tech, but I love how, as we were discussing before hitting record today, Professor Layton has his own band of mentees.
Much like Batman, he also has a bunch of children following him around.
Maybe you shouldn't phrase it like that.
Professor Layton and Batman are basically the same guy when you get down to it.
Yeah, but like solving puzzles and like working with gadgets.
Yeah,
You know.
being a gentleman, which is something Bentley could stand to learn.
True.
Comport yourself around women, Bentley.
Now you're speaking my language.
Exactly. I've also had a brainwave for Murray. I've made a post about this passingly, but part of why I initially liked Thieves in Time is because I hadn't played Chrono Trigger, which is a infinitely better game about time travel with an infinitely better ancestral, tribal, brute strength warrior, doesn't know any magic, doesn't fucking need to know any magic, because she's fucking ripped as shit. Ayla could be Murray's mentor, because even though she doesn't speak grammatically correct English, she is very wise. And also, I stress, fucking ripped.
English, who care?
Yeah. Look at muscle, boy.
Okay, who would you want to be your mentor?
Selena Kyle Catwoman.
Okay.
I was explicit about that.
That was a cop-out.
Were you gonna say Black Spot Pete
For me?
for you?
No. I don't know.
You don't seem sure. You seem like you're betraying some part of yourself by answering dishonestly that you don't want to be mentored by Black Spot Pete.
The freak in me wants to say John Cena.
Oh. I mean, yeah, if you've ever seen him off camera, he is as wrestlers go, because professional wrestlers can be pretty crazy even when they're not performing. But John Cena has like a very professional, almost deadpan air, which is funny because he's John Cena. He's huge and he has a famously square head. And he's like, hello, how are you doing today?
I need Freelance Magic to do their big one and add John Cena at the back of that fan art.
I'll do you one. I'll just do it. I'll just get like a stock photograph of him and edit him in.
The more the merrier, always.
Horrible. Can we move on to the next question, please?
We can, and I actually have two from Bestie Freelance Magic.
Yes.
You didn't let me praise the fan art.
Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of steamrolled you there.
Yeah, the fan art's great. The fan art's amazing. And I love the work.
Yeah.
Now, I'm plugging it even further because one of the questions is, hey, is there anything you two have said on the podcast that you hope gets fan art? Asking for a friend.
It's top of mind because I was hoping to make more shorts, but it was hard. But the second of the two shorts we made was us laying out that Henriette and Evil Wolf Priestess were girlfriends. And that, like, gun to head,
Yeah.
not overthinking it. Yeah. I love the stupid render I made of Evil Wolf Priestess in Hero Forge, and the even stupider render I made of her in a heavily modded Sims 4. But the more people who draw their own version of Evil Wolf Priestess, like, I'm way into having more of that in the world.
Okay, for me, two come in mind, and I'm not gonna think about it harder. The first one is, this is my Mexican ancestor.
No!
He invented the taco.
No!
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh no!
That is top 3 Snap moments for me.
Thank you.
Like, that lives rent-free in my head. Sometimes I'll just be at work and I'll just think, that's my Mexican ancestor. He invented the taco. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're in the breads and other carbohydrates section of the supermarket. In the supermarket I go to, the tortillas are kept right next to the bread and the burger buns. And
There you go.
yeah.
I can just imagine it like it being like the Mr. Beast pose, and it's like a brown fur raccoon with a big
Absolutely massive mustache, the sombrero, probably the whenever my dad is watching an old western, which as a dad, fairly frequent occurrence, he will always point out when a Mexican character has bullets the size of fucking soda cans like across his chest that would fit into no gun.
Obsessed.
But it's just the aesthetic of it.
Obsessed. Even mariachi band costume, even that.
Oh yeah, his gang, his version of the Cooper gang is a mariachi. God, we have to stop doing Sanzaru's work for them. We have to stop giving Sanzaru free ideas for their Sly 4 follow-up.
But also he invented the taco, by the way. Period.
He invented the taco and he invented Memento Mori.
Yes. So that's the first one that comes to mind. The second one is when Snap, I didn't remember which Thieves in Time episode it was, but Snap was like, La Paradox is probably my favorite character from the series. So that also comes to mind.
No. I
Snap
was like,
gave me the most sassy ass look.
I was, like, oh, Iris doesn't remember, but maybe I'll remember. And then maybe I'll be able to pull it up and I'll play the clip of it happening.
Did you remember?
I won't be able to do that because I didn't say that shit.
Roll the tape, production. You just raised your brow. Like that was the moment. Anyway.
Is it my turn again?
Yeah, it's your turn. I do have one more freelance magic question.
Oh, let's be loosey-goosey about it and just do that now. And then I can do two in a row.
Okay. The second question is...
Yes?
So... Freelance Magic started by saying the fact that both you and Snap both have Anon as on is so brave of the both of you.
Thank you.
Care to add?
Thank you for acknowledging my bravery.
Anyways, if you could choose one word or phrase in the Sly Cooper franchise to add the suffix usi to, what will you choose and maybe why? And then there's a bracket that says, here's an example. Sly, jump and hit the circle button, usi, to climb. Well, Freelance Magic, you thought you were smart, bitch, but I can see right through you.
Oh?
Jump and hit the circle button, usi, is seemingly very innocent.
Okay.
But this ask was submitted in the inbox of someone who...
It's not very innocent.
No, let's just say that. What's your answer, bestie?
Behold the majesty of gravity and inertia.
Inertia-osi.
Inertia.
Obsessed.
First thought, best thought. That's all I got.
Well, you're a whale fart-osi.
Ha! That works too.
Anyway, yeah. What's your next question?
So I'll do two, because I have a small one here.
Okay, is it from Anonymous Village?
Yes, these are all going to be anonymous all the way down for the rest of it.
Okay.
Pretty much. Snap, as someone who is in the Sly Cooper fanfiction writing sphere, what kind of fics do you like to read? The tragic answer here is that this is a bit of a supposition, much like a poorly optimized Civilization in Civilization, the video game. I can write, but I cannot actually read. I never learned. Don't tell my boss, please. No, seriously, like, I write fanfic for fun. I've slowed it way down, but I'm still tapping away at one or two. I read way less. When I read, I need to focus it on reading, like, proper grown-up books that people might ask me questions about. And I have not read a lot of fanfiction. But I do luckily have a answer to this, which is I am always, always, always happy to big up my Australian mutual, Moonstone, who has been writing mostly on the theme of Sly and Carmelita's relationship, but also various like side stuff. Like she has a series that explores various ancestors, ones that we do and do not see in the games. She had a story earlier this year about what if Sly's mother didn't die. The entire plot of Sly 1 plays out, except his mom is there being like, now, okay, I don't want you to take too many risks when you're dealing with Sir Raleigh because he is more dangerous than he looks. And Sly's like, whatever, mom. Like, way more of an 18-year-old. Yeah, so if you want to read Sly Cooper fanfiction that is not mine, read Moonstone.
I was gonna say I sympathize with you writing but not reading, but the question does start with Snap. So fuck that.
Do you have a Sly Cooper fanfic author that you want to recommend?
Doesn't say Aris, so...
Okay, that's fine. I guess no one springs to mind. That's cool.
Bitter Betty. Me? No, girl. Never. What's next?
Very important question, I would say. Anonymous asks, in Sly 2, after episode 4, Jailbreak, during the 2D animated cutscene where Bentley is sitting in the back of the van, we see a photograph attached to the back of the driver/passenger seats. The photo is a picture of a turtle with a remarkable resemblance to Bentley, but this turtle has orange hair and lipstick. Snap, comma, Aris, comma, who do you think this turtle is?
Can I come out of my dungeon now?
Yes, you may speak, boy. There are two obvious answers to this, both of which I have heard suggested, because this has come up once or twice in Tumblr discussions. It could be
Bentley
a
and
relative of Bentley.
Oh.
Bentley is an orphan, but that doesn't mean... Like, Sly knew what his parents looked like. We don't know what his parents look like, but Sly knows what his parents look like. And likewise, it could legitimately be Bentley's deceased birth mother. It could be some relative or another of his. It could be his sister, because I think it does say in the manual that he has siblings at the orphanage that he just fucking left behind.
Oh.
Classic Bentley.
Pish posh.
Or...
Why overcomplicate things?
Or, second answer... It's Bentley in drag.
It's Bentley in drag. There we go.
It's Bentley it's a cunning disguise. There's no other way. I have to put on the wig and the lipstick. And Murray's like, of course. No, like, that's how it works.
See?
Murray's been there.
Sanzaru butchering the sacred texts. Mari wasn't the one who loves getting into drag. It was Bentley.
It could be both. Like, why stop at one? Do you have further thoughts on the matter, or are you all in on Bentley and drag?
I'm just thinking, like, Bentley isn't interesting enough to be doing drag.
Yeah, this is my actual hot take. Being on Tumblr, you see a lot of, like, here's fan art of Blorbo, and you're like, yay, it's Blorbo. And then you see, like, I'm whatever combination of queer sexualities, gender identities, neurodivergences. And then Blorbo is the same as me. And sometimes it's like, yeah, I can see that. And other times it's like, but, I can see that. I can see that this means something to you. Perhaps you're working through something. All that preamble to say, Bentley's not gay, y'all. When I see queer Murray, yeah. When I see queer Sly and or Carmelita, hell yeah. Whenever anyone tries to tell me that Bentley is anything other than a cisgender heterosexual man, I'm like, if you need him to be, if that does something for you, sure. But Bentley's straight, y'all. He is of the main characters, he is the straightest one.
It's so funny you said you write fanfic, but you don't read, because you just read those people for filth.
It's like, I don't know if you've watched Mob Psycho 100.
No.
Excellent anime. Hardly recommend. I love the character of Reigen Arataka. Oh, he would have made a good mentor. Retroactive answer for the entire Cooper gang. Reigen Arataka.
Is it the lawyer?
No, but he is a guy who wears a suit and lies. So I have seen him, like, put into the Ace Attorney courtroom in certain fan art. He gets the similar treatment of, like, getting shipped with another male character, putting little pride pins on his dull gray suit, and my wife, who is multiple kinds of queer, was like, no.
Oh.
That guy's straight. Sorry. Sometimes there's just nothing to pick up on the gaydar, you know?
No. You can say that again.
Sometimes it's you're seeing what you want or need to see from Blorbo.
Yeah.
All this to say, I would like it to be Bentley and drag, but it is still inconclusive what that photo depicts. I bet there is an answer.
Who?
Because someone drew that. Someone on the Sucker Punch art team put that into the game, you know?
Yeah.
Someone added that to the cutscene.
I'm still going with drag. Why overcomplicate things?
Yeah, there would be a better world if Bentley did drag.
Maybe he's in touch with his siblings.
Yeah, he's only in touch with them. He didn't bring them along. How do you think they feel about their fucking nerdlinger little brother being a presumably very wealthy career criminal?
Relatable, because I'd say that would make both them and me hate him even more.
Do you think... Sorry, I'm really sticking on the Bentley sibling thing.
Sure.
Carmelita tracked them down and, like, interviewed them somewhat hostilely, just to add to the, like...
The family aspects always have, like, unlimited storytelling potential. I just don't know if it's worth exploring because it's just, like, rabbit hole material.
Yeah, does it really add anything?
Like, it could be, like, literally... What if Bentley's siblings build clockwork? Mr. Beast!
There he is. Hello.
Now,
Our next question is from Mr. Beast, who asks...
that would be an ultimate guest on the podcast.
I'm sure he's very busy.
Did you see he's gonna be in the new Tron? He's in the new Tron movie.
Is he?
I think so.
So is Jared Leto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that why the movie is named after me?
I presume not.
Because Mr. Beast is in it?
They misspelled it. It's Aries.
Whatever. I'll take what I can get.
I guess. I believe it is your turn.
It is my turn. So, my next question might be my favorite one.
Oh, saving it for late into the podcast, I see.
Yeah. I actually do have a bunch of favorites, but it's just like... Anonymous said, Aris, do you like sour things? If yes, is this why you want to put the battery of peril in your mouth?
Fuck! You're right, that's my favorite question too! Thank you. Thank you, anonymous question asker. I am very interested in the answer to this.
Are you? Are you?
Yeah, answer, please.
All I'll say is that Freelance Magic, if you're still listening, and unless Snap beats you to it, not only do I want John Cena added to that fan art, throw in Mr. Tenna too.
Oh, yeah.
And what do those people have in common?
They're sour. They taste sour when you lick them.
You can say that again.
Wasn't there a whole line in Deltarune about licking the TV screen and leaving a weird rainbow pattern?
First I infiltrated Tron, now Deltarune. Who's next?
The next Q&A, ask us which characters we would lick and in what order. Licking character tier list.
That, when I read it, I genuinely sent me into outer orbit. Like, I was laughing for a whole minute. Like, I genuinely lost. I genuinely lost it.
It's very well phrased. It like, do you like sour things is like, oh, I guess we're doing general small talk. No, it's quite targeted. They knew exactly where they were bringing that.
I love licking sour things. I love sour Skittles and...
Okay.
Bleepity bleep blip bleep. I'm Cinderella, gutted, slouchy, not even able to go to the ball, and Snap appears out of nowhere. He is my fairy godmother, and he says bleepity bloppity bloop and bleeps out all the profanity and makes me a nice dress, a nice cocktail dress with leather boots.
I definitely do one of those things. I'm not good with my hands. I'm not going to be able to make you a dress.
a nice cheetah cocktail dress with fishnet leggings and leather boots.
Wow, yeah, that is a good outfit.
Unfortunately, my leather boots are back home at my parents' house.
Oh, couldn't be me. I took my boots to the trip I just went on, and I wore them for over a day, pretty much.
Really? How many inches are they?
Yes.
I think we're talking about different boots.
Oh, there's like 1 or 2 inches on that. That's a proper heel
Oh,
to keep you away from the ground.
okay.
I have another question here for you.
Please go.
Anonymous asks, for Safehouse chats, what do you think Sly, Murray, and Bentley's lives were like pre-Sly 1? We know that the gang got up to their cookie heists when they were small children, but what about when they got older? Was Sly always in detention? Did Murray have a part-time job to save up for a van? You know, that kind of thing. Well, apparently, they killed Mrs. Puffin. So we already have one thing to talk about.
It's in the manual.
I have no clue where you could have possibly gotten that.
It's in the Thievius Raccoonus manual.
It's the first thing he wrote down. Sly Cooper, age 10. Killed Mrs. Puffin today. Hope that counts as a thief thing. Love you, Dad. Miss you every day. Signed, Sly.
It's in the manual, guys. Go open your Sly 1 discs and pull out that dusty manual out.
Fuck.
Blow the cobwebs away and read the line, they killed Miss Muffin, whatever her name is.
The fucking, like, this is creepypasta territory. To answer the question,
Yes.
I have long believed, because Sly is allegedly 18 in the first adventure, I feel like Sly was down to go on his ill-advised revenge quest whenever. He was ready to go from like age 12 to go fight adult criminals and probably die. But Bentley convinced him to hang out until they at least all finished high school. I get the impression that Bentley, like, is mostly self-taught. All this shit about the computers, and especially the weirder stuff like the Spectre wave radio. He just learned what he needed to learn from sketchy internet forums. But it was easier somehow for them to finish out their high school diplomas. Like, maybe they were worried that if they left too early, Mrs. Puffin, who was not dead,
Puffin, not Muffin.
would have been like, oh shit, I just lost 3 kids. But if they're 18, they can go. Like, something along those lines. Definitely, I think Sly was training himself. I think he was, getting the basics down. Murray, it's so wild to me that, like, teenagers can own vehicles.
Yeah.
Was there some mention of him being, like, a pizza delivery driver? Or was that, like, a headcanon that is fairly popular?
No, it's right under the paragraph where they kill Miss Puffin.
Okay, thank you for that helpful answer.
You're not imagining it. I imagine it also being like a very tragic death, like
You're just not engaging with the rest of it all. You're focused on this one fake detail.
like she caught them stealing. They were propped up one on top of each other, trying to get it from the top shelf.
Yeah.
And she tried to stop them, but they gave her a good kick and she hit her head at the edge of her desk.
Oh, God. That's horrible.
Yeah, it was like kind of like a tragic, like accidental, like, oh no, what are we gonna do with her now?
Okay,
and then it's like
I can't just...
a weekend at Barney's situation where they have to...
No!
where they have to hide in her dress. And that's what they did until they turned 18. So there's my answer.
There's clearly no dissuading you from this fucking asinine thing. So I'm gonna see and raise you.
Just wait, humor me. It's like, what are the name of Donald Duck's nephews?
Huey Lewis and the News.
Whatever. It's Mary, Sly, and Bentley, Donald Duck's nephews in the trench coat, inside Puffin's dress, propping her up for how many ever years it took until they turned 18. And the rest of the orphans were like, does Miss Puffin kind of smell like a bit weird to you?
I think they turned 18.
See, we do have a not evil bird in the series.
Briefly,
Apparently.
I think they turned 18. Murray had the van. He saved up. He had it ready. Sly had the fundamentals down. Bentley had he knew a rough outline of what they had to do. And then he was like, okay, we're almost ready to leave. There's just one more loose end that we have to tie up. And Miss Puffin was found tragically dead the next morning, and they were already past state lines. This poor question asker is not getting, I think, the experience they had.
Okay, I don't want to disrespect anyone who submitted.
Yeah, exactly.
Something. So I'll just say I agreed with you until the high school bit. I don't think that's the case. I think we literally don't see these characters do anything else other than hang out, eat, play video games, and steal stuff. So what's the basis for them doing literally anything else other than that their whole lives?
I think it would be impossible to make Sly go to class.
Exactly.
By definition.
I don't think
you could not trap him in any room.
Exactly. I can't see them. For me, it'd be like Riverdale, the TV show. Let's take Archie and turn him into an astronaut, a detective, a film noir. No.
Let's put another cult in there.
They're not meant to have gone to school. This is not what these characters were doing. They were just hanging out at the orphanage, and then at some point, way before 18, they just left and started stealing things and finding places to break into and build up their brand as thieves.
Okay.
We do know that they're well known at the beginning of...
They have encountered Carmelita multiple times and stuff like that, yeah.
And the poster, while they drive away, it's they're at large.
Yeah. They probably left maybe at 15. As soon as Murray had the van, they would be able to go. And they killed Miss Puffin in order to make sure that she wouldn't report them as 3 missing children.
No! We've established it was an accident.
Fine. They stopped Weekend at Bernieing Miss Puffin. Because either way, she wouldn't tell the cops, oh, I've lost 3 teenagers.
Who was doing the voice?
Bentley.
Okay. See, so there's a bit of a zestiness for drag.
Yeah. The picture depicts Bentley's version of Miss Puffin.
Which would make it even worse if he actually did have siblings at the orphanage, because not only did he abandon them, but he also left them with the responsibility of a corpse.
Yeah, no caretaker.
Fantastic.
That's assuming that Bentley didn't also murder his siblings in order to really cover his tracks.
Now we're cooking.
Yeah, now we're getting somewhere.
Now we're cooking.
This is Sly 5. This is retroactively learn that Bentley was a mass murderer the entire time.
And that Miss Puffin built Clockwork.
And that Miss Puffin was Clockwork. When Miss Puffin cracked her head on her desk, her consciousness was shot back 5,000 years into ancient Egypt, filled with vengeance.
She built him in her image.
She was him.
Yeah.
What's your next question?
So even Miss Puffin is evil.
Yeah, she's a woman.
No one is beating the bird and evil allegations. There's not a single good bird.
She's a bird and she's a woman. Therefore, she must be. Both of those groups are always evil.
Don't go all Minions creator on me. Because that still haunts me. And I hate you for sharing that shit with me.
You're welcome.
You know what? I deserve it for all the crass shit I say.
Yeah, you kind of do.
Excuse me.
What? How deep are we into your A tier?
5 left.
Okay.
But some of them are very silly goofy.
Okay, yeah.
I have 2 which are good.
All right.
My next question that I received that I think this might be my favorite one, which isn't batshit crazy.
Okay.
Because it actually kind of forced me to think about it without actually ever thinking about it, or at least thinking about it after a really long time, since childhood.
Okay.
It says, hello, Safehouse chats. Which Safehouse do you think is the most comfortable or just your favorite in general?
Ooh.
Love this question.
That is a good question.
You know, the in me, better work that wand, loves any mention of interior design or the domestic. So love this question so much. So let's take them in order. Sly 1, the van.
It's just the van. And I think it's implied that they live in a big rail car
Yeah.
outside Paris. Yeah. That's not bad.
The van is pretty cozy.
Yeah.
I mean, it fits a desk inside.
Yeah, somehow.
We have what's never explicitly stated but presented to be their main safe house
In Paris.
in Paris.
I do like that one a lot.
I'm not vibing.
Oh, okay.
It's too easily accessible. Like it just has a ramp and you can go inside.
Oh my god. He already lived in a wheelchair accessible house.
Foreshadowing.
Oh, wow.
Second one is a little cave.
Yeah, that's not super cozy.
No, and it doesn't even have a door.
No,
No. 3 is, I don't even know how they get up there.
no, they stand on a bouncy mushroom like it's fucking Mario.
But I do think that they're pretty safe in that one.
Oh, yeah, like a cat.
Because how the fuck would you get up? Yeah. God forbid they had that after Bentley's accident.
That's not gonna work, no.
Yeah. The Contessa's one is not very comfortable.
No, you can see how, like, horrible and old and rickety the wooden chairs are.
And it looks like a roach nest.
Yeah, that goes for both of the Prague ones, I think.
I kind of like the second one. It has a balcony.
The second one is better, for sure, but it's still a little miserable.
I love how it's across from the estate. You're not directly into the action. It's like among other houses, like a residential area.
Yeah,
It has a nice cafe. If it was morning, that's where they could have gotten their croissant in the morning.
it's a good location, sure.
Canada, I do like both.
Yeah.
Especially the first one, because I think it's a two-story thing.
Yes, that's right.
Whereas the second one, obviously, first one in the series where the bad guy breaks in because he got all the parts, Bisson got all the parts for breaking in.
Indeed.
And you can, like, if you stand outside, you can literally see the blueprints on the table. Like, what the fuck were they even thinking?
Yeah.
And then,
Number 8 is a battery.
which apparently I like putting in my mouth.
Yeah.
So sour. We also have the Venice one, which I love.
Venice is very good. I love the pizza boxes.
Venice is top 3 contender for number 1 for most comfortable.
Sure, yeah.
We have definitely not Australia.
I don't know what's going on with Australia. No.
Yeah, that's a literal shack. Obsessed with hotel. That's probably the most comfortable.
I kind of like the idea of just vibing in a hotel room
Yeah,
with my criminal buds.
yeah.
The fact that it has 2 doors and one of them just leads out into the hotel like main area and the other one is out into the balcony, and that's like the usual Sly Cooper route. But also you start the first mission and you see Sly just stand up from the table and step out of the room. There's something kind of funny about that.
Underrated moment. Subverting expectations.
Yeah,
As to be expected from Flight of Fancy.
exactly. China just has like a,
No.
I don't know what that is.
No. Sao broke into it. No.
Yeah, it's not safe.
No.
Next episode has 2 because the ship
No.
counts as a safe house. In fact, I would say that is the safe house for the final level.
Hate both.
Not that we ever like hang out in there.
My top 3 list, most comfortable and favorite is Holland.
Okay.
Or Netherlands.
Yeah.
Number 2, Venice. Number 3, Prague. Number 2.
Okay. I'm just going to pick a favorite from each. I do like Sly to Paris. Part of that is just the nostalgia of it. It's like the first one you go to. It's right across from the nightclub. It's got a nice shape to it, I think. And for Sly 3, I second Holland. I like the vibes.
Yeah. Is it the most comfortable?
I would say it's literally a hotel. I like a good hotel.
Yeah. You know which safe house I like?
What's that?
Safe house chats.
Yay! You said the thing. Roll credits.
Second cop out of the day.
Oh, I think there's more than that.
Soup of the day. Gazpacho.
Okay. Is it my turn?
What's the next question?
This one is addressed to me,
Oh.
but magnanimously I will pretend it isn't.
Okay.
So that you can answer it too if you wish. Which character or characters do you think get Flanderized the most, both in terms of Thieves in Time and the wider fan perception? For any of the listeners who might not know, Flanderization is a term that refers to a character. It mostly happens in sitcoms, but it can happen to anyone, where you introduce a character at the top of the show who has a variety of traits, and then over time, they're kind of just whittled down into one trait that is made cartoonish. And it's named after Ned Flanders, who was introduced as a general foil to Homer in that he was polite, he was quiet, religious, as opposed to how Homer is like vaguely religious but too lazy to go to church. He's a good father, all this stuff. And then he just became the Jesus guy. And whenever they need to represent the Christian right, they use Flanders. In other words, Watt Sly Cooper character has been reduced to one or two traits, either by Sanzaru or by fans.
I mean, Sanzaru kind of did that with everyone, though.
Yeah, they sure did. Even characters like Sly.
Yeah, exactly.
Are, I would say, badly written. It's just a question of, like, severity of the problem. I'll go first if you're thinking of the answer. I think it's very easy and very common to mishandle Carmelita. We've joked about how Carmelita doesn't have a lot going on, and she is hyper-focused on her work. They show her in the lovely cutscene at the end of Sly 2. They show her going to art museums. They show her at home listening to music. They depict her as being able to maintain a conversation. And people are very quick to paint her as, like, just an obstacle. Like, Sly would be having way easier time of it if Carmelita wasn't constantly following him around, trying to stop him from committing crimes. What's her problem? Of course, we don't need to get into how Sanzaru, like, whittled her down into the
girlfriend,
angry Latina ex-girlfriend. So I think Carmelita can be very rich as a character. I think there's a lot you can do with her, and there's a lot you should do with her if you want your Sly Cooper story to be good. And it's very easy to just kind of use her as a blunt stick, if even that much.
Okay. I'm not thinking about what the answer could be. I'm thinking about how is it possible for the answer to be anything other than Carmelita?
Yeah. Like, again, they all get it, but it can get very stark for Carmelita. She has it coming in a lot of angles because she's the only consistent female member of the cast. She's hot. So there's a certain genre of fan artist who only cares that she's hot and will draw her hot and won't kind of bother with any characterization to that. She's Latina, which brings a certain perception to her. She's she is an obstacle. She is in Sly's way. That's on purpose. It makes the story better. It's not a bug to be fixed.
Yeah, whatever Snap said. We could go on and discuss, they didn't know what to do with Mari, so they just made him be like the strong man. And once that gets overshadowed, he gets so up in his feelings. But like that...
And he eats food because he's fat.
Okay. But that doesn't even hold a candle to how they...
Canonical belly dancing minigame. For a given value of canon.
If I really had to challenge myself and not pick from Sanzaru, I'd say Penelope.
Oh, yeah?
She's introduced as having so much nuance, as dressing up as a man, as all these things, as being a tomboy, as like going against the grain, as orchestrating this whole...
Better engineer and pilot than Bentley is.
So much potential, and then she's pigeonholed into damsel in distress and girlfriend role.
This is kind of more about fan perception.
I know.
And luckily, I think that's backwards. At least the kind of people I follow will try to explore that potential in a way that her game itself sort of forgets about. That's good to see. People remembering how she's introduced. She claims to be a trained boxer. There's a lot going on there.
So she immediately got the whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Very interestingly phrased.
Yeah, that's a valid answer.
My next question that I would like to bring to your attention is, what are y'all's favorite Binocucums throughout the series? What are your least favorites? If you two had your own Binocucums, what would their color schemes be?
Purple. Mine's purple.
Oh, well, that was fast.
I thought they meant like the conversations, but I guess they mean the actual little gadget.
Yeah.
Because everyone gets one in Sly 3. They hand Panda King a little personalized red Binocucom.
I think that might be my favorite.
That's a good one. It's a shame that Penelope and to a much lesser extent Dimitri are not playable to the point that you can just have them wander around in the level and open up their Binocucom. I'm sure Penelope's was going to be cool. I do like that the Guru's is just his staff, because again, I've said this many times, I always get a kick when magic and science are just treated as like two equally valid things that you can even interface if you know what you're doing. Bentley was like, do you want me to make you a little binoculars? And the Guru made some gibberish Cartoon Network noises at him. And Bentley was like, oh, okay, no, that's fine too. And just set up a program that patched in the spiritual wavelength of his fucking staff into the Wi-Fi connection that the rest of them were using. I think that's cute. They're all good. Bit of a cop-out answer? All of the Binocucoms are fun and good. I love a cute personalized gadget. What's not to like?
I think so too. Among favorites, Panda King's kind of like encapsulates his whole vibe to a T very nicely.
Yeah.
I love the Gurus. I kind of had forgotten it until you said it, but now I'm obsessed. I love Mari's.
Yeah. I like that it's a bit blockier.
Yeah, a bit like a blob. Carmelita doesn't get one.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I feel like I don't remember what she has, and maybe she doesn't have she doesn't have an interface like Bentley where you can... No, I think maybe if you press the Binocucom button for her, nothing happens. Which is interesting, because that's not an unrealistic piece of equipment for a Interpol field agent to be issued with. I guess it's kind of a Cooper Gang signature. They wanted it to feel more Cooper Gang-y.
My color scheme would be pink or black.
Oh, black would be cool.
Those are my two favorite colors.
Fair enough.
One presented outside and one presented inside.
Okay. For reference, for the viewers at home, Aris is literally wearing a black shirt at the time of recording.
I usually wear black. It's my color.
It's a good color to have.
Absolutely, because it goes with everything. I do have to say, when initially I got this question, I was tempted to indulge my inner saboteur and say, it's kinda cute that Mari has a Guru keyring hanging from his Binocucom in Thieves in Time.
Yeah.
But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, no, I actually fucking hate that. Like, who made that?
Who made that?
Who made that?
You can't bring that up without reminding me that in the initial levels, Bentley's Binocucom has a picture of Penelope, his girlfriend who went missing, that he keeps forgetting about otherwise. And then after the reveal, he draws a mustache and devil horns on it, owning the lips.
Get her. You showed her.
It's totally unfair of me to ever use anything from this game as characterization, but this is what I mean when I say Bentley is straight.
What are you talking about? Bentley loves to suck.
Bentley sucks all day, every day.
No, that's what I'm talking about. What's your next question?
My next question is from Anonymous, who asks, if Sly and Carmelita had kids, and Thieves in Time never happened, angry emoticon, do you think Sly would have told their kids about his criminal past / family legacy, and even possibly passed down the Thievius Raccoonus? Or do you think he would have ended the Cooper legacy with himself? If you can see either one, which is more appealing to you? And this is an interesting question to me because on one hand, the kind of fanficky answer, the thing that a lot of people intuitively reach for is like, oh, of course he has a kid with Carmelita, and of course he passes down the family legacy. But that's not what the ending of Sly 3 is about. The ending of Sly 3 is Sly looking around at the gauntlet and being like, wow, this was really cool. I think we can call time on it, though. Like, we've done enough. We've made enough weird monuments to our own greatness. So I do think it's a strongly held headcanon of mine that Sly does want to have kids. Whether or not he would raise them to be criminals is an interesting question now that you actually make me think about it. Because obviously Carmelita would not be wild about that.
I do have my own set of issues with the end of Sly 3. I kind of feel like it caters to I mean, we all know I'm a certified
Bentley hater.
Bentley hater.
Yeah.
But even without that bias, I do feel like the ending caters a lot to his Delulu.
Okay.
Just sometimes in life, we can compare ourselves to others. And that's what he should have done.
That's the lesson that Clockwork failed to learn.
You mean Miss Puffin?
Yeah.
Post-mortem.
Any inconsistency with Clockwork's characterization is because of the brain damage and also the time travel.
I do have my own set of issues with the Slice 3 ending, but I love that he defies the lineage.
Yeah.
He's like, enough of that.
He realizes that it's more of a weight than it is a blessing.
Yeah, in a very short episode, mind you. Very short realization.
Sure.
From worshipping to realizing that in 0.2 seconds. Now, maybe it's the anti-heteronormativity in me. I don't know if he'd actually have kids because that is like at the cornerstone of what the lineage was doing.
Yeah, and it's a big part of the pressure in that it's heavily implied that there used to be like multiple branches, and now it's all been whittled down to him.
The flounderization, if you will.
Yeah, sure.
The viewers didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
I did. I've definitely used that word before. So, yeah, I don't think he'd have kids,
Okay.
to be honest with you. Is Sly boring and predictable? Absolutely. So he might end up having children. But in my book, I don't think he does. It's just one of those things where, like, even if he does or doesn't, it's not really my cup of tea. So I'm not that heavily invested in it.
Yeah.
Like, the highlight of the stories is when he's active. He can do whatever the fuck he wants after. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, he's kind of earned a retirement.
Exactly. The next question I have submitted, if you're ready to move on,
I think so, yeah.
is this Anon was very considerate. He said, or he or she or they said, Aris, which group of 3 Sly characters would you bring with you to a gay bar? And then they clarify, if you say Palace Dorman and or Battery of Peril, then make it a group of 5.
Oh,
and then
giving you a freebie.
the second bracket says, Snap, feel free to make your own list too if you feel up for it.
Oh, I was about to say this one's only addressed to you, but
See?
No, I've been invited.
I chose ones that include both hosts.
I feel like maybe I set a certain tone at the top of the episode 2 hours ago that you are sort of a little bit fixated on, not to victim blame, but you're remembering how things were.
Some would call it a standard.
Yeah.
Others would call it my martyrdom.
Ah,
And by others, I mean me. Now, gay bar. This is kind of a layered question because I'm not really one for gay bars. I'm one for gay clubs. But the question asks about gay bars. You don't want to be the rah-rah-rah crowd. So no one loud.
no Raleigh, of course.
No Miss Decibel. Which sucks because she'd be my first pick to take with me to the gay bar.
Or anywhere else.
To the glory hole. You don't want to be boring either, though. You want to be a well-rounded group. I don't really philosophize it in real life that much, but this question really has made me wonder.
Okay.
Palace Dorman and Battery of Peril, as seen by that
Fan art.
fan art. Sorry, my brain is going out
Okay.
trying to answer this. From that fan art, 100% in the circle. I feel like Battery of Peril is the one that drinks a lot of drinks, gets a lot of action.
Okay.
Whereas Palace Dorman is more of like the gay innuendo, like,
Yes.
who else would I take? We do need a stereotypical buff gay. Tony the Killer Bee enters the chat.
I forgot. I've been too focused on the villains. I forgot that your sweaty Italian boyfriend is on the table.
Listen, John Cena and Tena are there. How are we gonna impress them otherwise?
Okay.
Tony the Killer Bee is definitely on the list. And now for the other two, I do feel like a stereotypical addition to every gay group at a gay bar is like a girl that just finds spouting gay lingo fascinating.
Okay.
And that's a replacement for her own personality or lack thereof.
There's a phrase I heard for that I'm not allowed to say.
Hag.
There you go.
Unfortunately, we only have 3 female characters to pick from.
Yeah.
And I don't think Carmelita would be too open to the idea of going to a gay bar.
Carmelita is not a gay bar. Like I said,
No.
I said earlier, I'm open to the idea that she is bi or something. That does not, even in that universe, she's still not going to the gay bar.
No, I don't even see the bi thing being true, to be honest with you. I see it kind of like not homophobic, but like could have you guessing if she is.
Yeah.
Kind of like she has the same policies against gay people that she has against straight people. Like PDA.
She's closed off either way. Yeah.
Yeah, but that gay people would easily get offended from and be like, is Carmelita homophobic?
No, she's just like that with everyone. Don't take it personal.
She's just socially awkward and a nightmare to be around.
Yeah. God love her.
Now, Neela, I do feel like she'd be for the girls and the gays, even though inside, as a fake snake, she'd be like, I hate these people.
Yeah, but I think she would pass as someone who would enjoy a gay bar.
I think so too.
If she had reason to go to the gay bar, she would make it seem like she was having a great time there.
Well, she does have a reason to go to the gay bar because she'd make it all about herself.
Yeah.
That's the reason. I'm gonna go to the gay bar and show the gays how it's done. Okay, so Neela, Tony the Killer Bee, there's a bee, and he's already got his shirt off, McSweeney.
Okay, yeah. I think he'd be popular with
Kind of crazy we haven't picked the gay character, Dr. Michael.
Yeah.
But I don't... Okay, drop Neela, Dr. Michael.
Okay.
He'd be horrible to try to like work his confidence up to get him confident enough to speak to someone.
Yeah. I don't think he's gay, but he's not bar.
No, but it'd be like the forced hangout, like, you need to come. It's been forever since you've gotten laid. Like, we need to do that tonight.
No, I have important experiments to do on genetics.
Experiment with calm.
They'll be playing Mariah Carey on the jukebox. Oh, well. I have been trying to give this question due consideration. Kind of on similar lines. Like, I was also thinking about Neela.
Okay.
Maybe to keep it simple, just one person from each game who is possibly not straight.
Oh.
So, Dr. M, of course. Arpeggio.
Possibly. 1,000%.
Both Dr. M and Arpeggio, I think, would enjoy more of a gay pub, more of a gay library. Not the thumping music and the like really heady drinks, but like somewhat more relaxed atmosphere. But either way.
A gay live stream from home.
Yeah.
A gay bath.
And I'm curious as to what you think of my somewhat forced Sly 1 pick, Mugshot. I think Mugshot, I'm not saying this is the case, but I can see it. He is performing toxic masculinity explicitly. He is like that's a front that he put on because as a child he was very small and weak.
So he's
picked upon.
Yeah, he's on the DL.
I could see it being that he is deep in the closet. He's trying his best to be macho, but
If he's in denial, he's on the DL.
exactly.
So not even aware.
Meanwhile, alternate answer, the paradox. Not because he's gay. He's kind of queer-coded because he's the villain in a story written by idiots, but he is also straight because he's in a story written by idiots. So I think if you brought him to a gay bar, he would say a bunch of stupid homophobic shit and get the shit kicked out of him by a Tony the Killer Bee type of guy. He would be like, what? How could there be buff people here? It's for gays. And then he would be snapped in half like a twig. The Paradox is the kind of guy who's like, gay is when a man wears a dress. And he would be blindsided by there being people at the gay bar who like go to the gym.
Okay. I'm just trying to imagine a table where I'm sat with Battery of Peril, which is a comically huge battery.
It's a cylinder. It's a fucking cylinder.
Not to give you body dysmorphia, King, but you are pretty big. Tony the Killer Bee, Palace Doorman, Dr. Michael, and McSweeney.
And then Cyril the Paradox walks up to you and says some whack shit.
and I splash gin and tonic on him. You know what? Put Miss Puffin in there too.
No.
Just kidding. She wouldn't be caught dead at a gay bar.
Fucking hell.
What's your next question?
Do you think Thieves in Time... Thieves in Time? Do you think Thieves in Time story and character assassination could be fixed if Sanzaru had more time to iron out those details? Or was it doomed from the start, brackets, writers bad, and no amount of time could fix TIT? Yeah, no, the second thing, no amount of time could fix that. If it was the same people writing it, then no. I think, to be clear, I do think it was rushed. I do think that they didn't finish it out. I think, like, that's a matter of record. There was supposed to be another level. I don't know if they would have done a second draft. They felt confident enough putting that out into the world. I don't know if they really would have altered it all that much. Certainly it wasn't the, like, careful plotting that we can see in something like Slight 2. So, no, is the short answer.
And I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think belly dancing Carmelita was because of time constraints.
No, in fact, I think that's where most of the timing went. I think that's what they put a lot of resources toward.
Most of the timing. Thieves in Time.
Thieves in Time.
Mr. Beast!
I take it you don't have... If you don't disagree, we can move on.
My next question is, Aris, if what kind of trashy reality TV do you think the Cooper Gang plus our girl Carmelita would watch?
Are you waiting for me to answer so that you can point out that it's only addressed to you?
No, although that did cross my mind.
Well, you know more about this field than I.
Yes.
I really can't comment on reality TV.
I apologize for having you sit through what's going to sound like to you what sounded to me when you were talking about Team Fortress. But
Okay.
I don't think Carmelita watches reality television.
No.
I think she's someone who is so, and not deliberately, but so anti-fun that it's not even funny. Like she doesn't watch reality TV.
If you put Carmelita in front of a reality TV show, she would be like, this is a waste of everyone's time. You should be watching something better.
She'd be like the...
I think it's unethical to film people arguing, and you'd be like, no, it's fine because it's scripted. And she'd be like, well, that's a bigger waste of everyone's time.
Exactly. She'd be the buzzkill who's like, you know it's scripted, right?
Yeah.
Like, just let me enjoy it, bitch. Unfortunately, I feel like the main trio wouldn't be big on reality TV either.
No.
I do feel like Mari would be interested in Pimp Your Ride.
I guess that counts, yeah. That's not a fucking documentary. It's not a drama.
No.
It's not what people reach for when they think of reality TV, but what else is it?
Exactly.
I could see him getting invested in something like Survivor, maybe.
Ish.
But, like, not following it. Not being like, oh, the new season is starting.
No.
Like, just, if it's on, he'd watch it. But that's about it.
Unfortunately for me, it is a very straight series with straight characters.
Fair, yeah.
I do think the Contessa would love... Contessa and Arpeggio both would be obsessed with the traders because it's a...
Among Us.
Yes.
An imposter among us.
I think they'd be obsessed. Arpeggio because it's like very his vibe where it's like mansion in Scotland.
Oh, yeah. They're filming one in Ireland. I only know this because of the ads on the bus, but...
So good. It's such an adrenaline rush. Like it never fails to make you, like your anxiety spike as you're watching. It's very nicely produced. Yeah, Contessa loves being a backstabber.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Would Neela be interested in reality TV shows?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We shit on Carmelita a lot about being anti-fan. I don't think Neela is anti-fan, but I do think she genuinely has no time outside of planning her master plan.
Right.
Like she doesn't do anything else.
She would be on reality TV.
Yes.
If that furthered her aims. But she's not going to waste her time watching someone else do it.
Exactly. But unfortunately, the sad answer is I don't think anyone would watch Real Housewives. Maybe the Contessa. 100% Dr. Michael. But that's such a cop-out answer.
Yeah.
That's such a cop-out answer.
No, that's fair enough.
I don't think anyone would watch Real Housewives, which is literally my life. It's so weird talking about it on this podcast. Or Drag Race.
I don't see the overlap.
I don't even think Michael would watch Drag Race. I think Michael is very much like the vintage gay.
Oh, yeah.
Mariah Carey, Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Janet Jackson, maybe.
A good library book,
A good library book. Housewives, I can see him watching.
but not anything too cutting edge.
Yeah, not Drag Race. I do think that he wouldn't even watch all the Housewives. I think he'd watch New York.
Right.
Not Atlanta or Miami.
Yes, of course.
Maybe Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Definitely Beverly Hills.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anything to add?
I'm listening and learning.
Okay.
Nearing the end of our list of questions, this is a non-anonymous question. Ask Sonic the Hedgehog and Friends asks, have you read any of my 3 Sly fics? Not Sly 3, 3 Sly. Have you read any of my 3 Sly fics? That is the question.
I think this we all want to know. Have you?
Well,
Have you?
I'm being magnanimous. I'm letting you go first.
I haven't received this ask.
Oh.
And I haven't received any fix. So
To clarify, I also have not received a that is the question. It's a single line, and it says, have you read any of my 3 Sly fics? No.
I haven't.
No, I haven't. It sounds like neither of us have. Thank you for the question.
But if you guys are curious, you've got the handle right there, so you can go ahead and check out the fix in question.
Yeah.
Why don't you do that now? Pause the video and go read some fan fiction.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
It sucks.
Welcome back. Did you have a fun time reading?
No.
Let's get back into it.
I can't read.
Right. Okay. Well, you're dyslexic,
Aw.
illiterate,
Yeah.
whale fart oozy.
Librarian.
Oh no. My last question for today, and again, I apologize if your question hasn't made the cut.
Agreed. Yes, we had a lot, and thank you again.
My last question for the day, soup of the day, as we've established, is...
Gazpacho.
Yes. If you were in the Sly Cooper universe, what animal would you be? I'm pretty much asking what your persona is, huh?
Lion.
Now, before we...
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut across you there. What would you like to say?
No, that was faster than purple.
I know what I'm about.
I was gonna say, before we answer this question for ourselves, why don't we answer for each other?
Oh, I'm sorry to have interrupted in that case. Now, by necessity, your answer is going to be colored. Did you have an answer in mind for me?
I didn't. Now I'm kind of forced to say lion.
Thanks. This is perhaps a bit superficial coming back to the black outfit, and we've talked about a lack of this certain animal before. You could be a crow.
True, although I absolutely loathe birds.
Oh, and I'm also implying that you are evil in a roundabout way.
No,
That's not the problem.
that's spot on.
Yeah.
Also, that's a lie. I loathe birds except the
Okay. You're proud of yourself for that. You gave a little smile, like, did you get it?
wave that wand.
They can work that one out from context. What's your answer that you haven't spent 20 years thinking about?
For context, I said pigeon.
Oh!
But evil Snap bleeped it out. The pigeon fandom is dying.
I thought you said that was your pick for what animal you wanted to be.
No.
God.
I think... would I really choose pigeon?
I don't know.
Growing up, I really had an affinity towards Bagheera from Jungle Book because...
Also, good use of black.
And I watched that movie until the VHS came undone.
Yeah. Been there.
Like, the tape came out. But many people who I've met have described me as a puppy, even though I'm very tall. I don't know what's that about,
Okay.
but I think it's all about the crackhead energy.
Was this at a pride parade, perhaps?
Not quite.
Okay.
There was no sexual innuendo, but I'm very happy you assumed so. I wish John Cena would say it. Let's just say that.
All right.
So, what's your last question?
Oh, I just wanted to add a little bit of extra context in case I haven't already. When I was 8, I wanted to be my self-insert for the fanfic that I never wrote for Sly Cooper was that I was a lion industrialist. Like I was head of a tech firm. So I had a bunch of gadgets like fucking Iron Man. And I decided that if Carmelita tried to arrest me for helping Sly on his criminal adventures, I would be like, you can't arrest me because I built that shock pistol and everything else that Interpol uses. And if you arrested me, then you wouldn't have any equipment anymore. And I thought that was very clever of me at age 9. And looking back on that, I'm like, that's a horrifying situation to put Carmelita in. So, yeah, but lion, purple. Easy.
You should write that.
Yeah, except, villainous.
And then ask...
understanding the terrible implications.
Yes, and then ask, have you read my fanfic?
Have you read my 3 Slyfics? Final question, which, again, thank you for everyone who sent in a question. We appreciate it so much. I kind of have to push back against this one a little bit because it is not a question. This is a common problem in my ask box. People will hit the ask button, send in something that is not a question, does not have a question mark, and sometimes there's a cursory, what do you think if, which is technically a question, but more it's just like an idea being handed to me. Headcanon for Safehouse chats.
Very bad start.
If Henriette had a level instead of Bob, Thieves in Time wouldn't be as bad. It would be a pirate level, and LeFoui's ancestor Davy Jones would be the big bad. The level starts with Henriette being held hostage in an undisclosed location in the sea. Bentley builds a modern pirate ship, Murray rides it, and Sly rescues Henriette. As has been established earlier in this episode, no. Because I don't want to see Henriette in Thieves in Time. I agree that excising Bob would automatically be a better move, no matter who you replaced him with. But I don't want to see Sanzaru Games' Henriette One-Eye Cooper. Also, simplistic as it was a valid enough reason to not do a second pirate level. How many pirate levels do you really need to do in the span of 2 games?
I don't know. I'm kind of vibing with this one.
Okay.
To be honest with you. For multiple reasons. LeFoui's ancestor being...
Davy Jones.
Davy Jones.
Literally named Davy Jones, yeah.
Iconic.
He could actually be the mythological Davy Jones, is the thing. Let's not forget that this is a setting where magic is verifiably real.
And based on the prison production, Jesus also existed.
Oh, yeah. Wait. I don't think that was in the canon. I think that was in
the manual.
What? It does explicitly say in Thieves in Time, whatever BC and whatever AD. We have a more secular way of phrasing that now that it doesn't use. It uses before Christ and Anno Domini.
Did Miss Decibel meet Jesus?
Digital Paradox.
I also love how it would be in line with Thieves in Time presentation of women if Henriette was held hostage.
Yes. My wife actually saw this question over my shoulder and saw that Henriette was being held hostage and was like, oh, that's bullshit. And I had to be like, that's not this person's fault. Everyone in Thieves in Time, every ancestor is kidnapped and needs to be rescued. There's a structural problem there in that every level the same goddamn thing happens. But Henriette would not actually be singled out. That's not the problem.
So there's another...
The problem is baked into the game.
So there's yet another reason to love this ask, that it got to you and your wife. But perhaps what I love the most about this ask is that I submitted it myself.
You motherfucker. I've been diddled again.
Snap's face just froze.
Just to peel back the curtain a little bit, what I said at the start of us not having access to each other's lists, that was true, but there were one or two that I showed Aris because they were a little bit, as we would say here, wacky, zany, goofy. And I showed him this one, and he was like, oh, that one's actually pretty... maybe it's a bit mean, but can we like end on that one? Can we have that one at the end? And I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to end on that one. He was like, no, let's end on that one. Quite insistently, in a way that I now realize was purposeful. You are so pleased with yourself. He is red in his little face, laughing at me.
What did we learn today?
Thoroughly japed again.
Thoroughly gaped. How about that?
Thoroughly gooped. Thoroughly gagged.
What did we learn today? That we have lovely listeners.
I think we only learned we have lovely listeners, and also Aris is a motherfucker. God, I should have sent... It didn't even occur to me that I could have done the same. The only thing we learned of consequence is that the Cooper gang as children accidentally killed...
I was about to say that.
Miss Puffin, who consciousness was then shunted back millennia and killed, in turn, all of Sly's ancestors.
Lessons.
Thereby orphaning him and causing the situation that led to her own death. I'm gonna write this fanfic.
Lessons to be learned. Miss Puffin is dead.
Yeah, she's dead as of the end of Sly 1, when they blow up her robot body in the final boss fight.
And this is lore that was just waiting to be unearthed.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. If you just use a little bit of critical thinking, it was right there the whole time.
True.
It's a series for children, you know, it's not that deep.
Lesson number 2. As I said, our listeners are lovely and willing to kill for us.
Did they say that? I think more in the spirit of the show would be if they were willing to commit crime for us.
No.
If they were willing to go out and steal a big jewel from somewhere in India.
No, we said, please submit asks, and they did that.
They did.
Now, what if I said, please go murder this person? They would do it.
So why don't you?
Guys, Snap's address.
No! You son of a bitch. You fucking got me.
You're such an easy target.
Fuck off.
That was beyond easy. I was like, shit, he's gonna get it, he's gonna get it, he's gonna get it. I was like waiting for you to send it on Messenger and be like, is this
No.
you? I even tried to put a typo.
When I started talking at the very start about, I commonly get headcanons instead of questions, and you laughed. You knew the type of shit I got.
This was so inconspicuously planted because it matches everything else that's in there.
Yeah.
I'm deceased.